Hi, I am Holly. She's Janie. No, I'm Janie. She's Holly. And Holly just said to me, I think we need to talk about loneliness when you're going through a divorce. And I replied, that's such a drag. Who wants to hear about it?
Yeah. Well, we have talked about loneliness in different contexts, but I think that it is a big topic that I see a lot.
Yeah, we do
in
get
the
a lot
social
of
media threads. And I think a lot of it is that, that adjustment from being part of a couple to being independent is such a big adjustment for our nervous systems. But creating new habits, creating new ways of being in a world without a partner takes some time. It's just such a normal reaction to loss, to feel lonely.
Yeah, and I guess if I were going to say anything about it is that don't expect it, don't be surprised by it, and in some ways maybe even welcome it, because it is a time of where you can take some time to look within. I think one of the things that you have to watch out for with loneliness is catastrophizing. That your brain takes you to the dark. Why do you go? Because your brain takes you to the belief that I'm going to be alone forever.
Right.
That I'm not worthy of love. That
This is why we address in our e-course thinking errors. Because when you're alone, what you're doing, hopefully, is creating some space and time for your own thoughts to really take the stage. And that catastrophizing is one of the thinking errors that's easy to fall into.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so sitting with your thoughts and learning how to recognize, oh, I'm catastrophizing. Oh, I'm making this too black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not taking responsibility for my piece, whatever.
Well, that brings up one of my favorite quotes, which is, your brain is a dangerous neighborhood and you should not go in there alone.
That's why I smiled a moment ago, because I almost said it and I thought, no, I got to give you the opportunity.
She's going to say it, you know it. But it's the truth. So, but then there's this thing about, well, I'm supposed to spend time alone, and yet when I spend time alone, sometimes my brain just takes me to really, really dark places.
Well, so one of the things that I think is helpful for that is to really begin to learn to have self-compassion. And this was really hard for me. I'm a perfectionist. I want to do things well. I can be very harsh with myself. But learning how to, even put a hand on your heart and say, it's okay. I know you're lonely. I know you're hurting. It's okay to feel this way. Of course you're lonely. To just speak to yourself with some tenderness and some kindness, I think helps you learn how to be a little safer in your neighborhood, so that when you do begin to spend some time alone, you recognize, oh, I'm being harsh again, or I need to be a little more compassionate.
Yeah. And did you just notice how Holly, as she was doing this, that she dropped her voice down a little bit and went, oh, I need to be kinder to myself. Right. And in just doing that, there's really hard science about this with the polyvagal theory. We don't need to go into it. But just the idea of putting your hand over your heart, speaking to yourself with a voice like you would to a child when you're putting them to bed, or just that gentleness. And it may feel really dorky at first, but when you do it, your nervous system will respond if you consistently do that. And it might be something as, sweetheart, why don't we go lay down on the bed for a little bit? Let's go take a shower. Let's step outside. The other piece that we haven't talked a whole lot about, that is kind of silly to say, but it's so real, is nature therapy. Get outside, because that right sizes the anxiety. And when you're by yourself, you can go for a walk, and it just kind of gets you outside of yourself a little bit, and it soothes you.
It does soothe you. Yeah. So really thinking about all the sensory ways that you can calm yourself. And you're right, the middle ear thing with the brain that's feeling anxious is really effective. And if you can't talk nicely to yourself, maybe you can listen to soothing music. Maybe you can, put yourself in an environment that isn't so harsh.
That treats
doesn't-
you.
Yeah, that soothes your nervous system.
Yeah, treat yourself, treat yourself.
I know for me, like one of the things that's really calming is to hear a water feature. Like hear a waterfall or drip, or
Or
a
look at
rainstorm.
puppies, all kinds of different ways to soothe you and to know that you're going to be okay. And then, of course, there's all the other things about, calling friends and
Reaching out for help.
Reaching out for help, groups, classes,
Right.
books, to know that you're not alone.
Right. You're really not alone.
Yeah.
It may feel like it at times, but you are not alone. There are a lot of people who are feeling the same way you are right now. And all it takes is for you to find one other.
Yeah,
And then you're not alone.
yeah.
Right?
Amen. Take care.